Okay, let's move on into network security. Security is actually an important issue in data transmission. We can see here we have two types of security measure, which is on the network layer and on the application layer. Why do we need security? Is because of attacks. There are three types of attacks. It can come from hackers, because of virus, and due to worms. Who are hackers? Hackers can be students who just want to have fun. Crackers, people who test somebody else's security system. It can be the businessman to get information about their competitors, a spy to steal information about enemy secret, and can be a con man. They want to steal money from the bank. Virus is a small collection of instructions when it is attached to a file. So you have to be careful whenever you receive a file, because it can cause the file to do something that it's not supposed to do by that file. A worm is a program that can create copies of itself. It can make copies, replicate itself in thousands. So it can cause the network to be congested. And due to this, it can cause denial of service and distributed denial of service. To prevent all this problem, we have security mechanism, which is the Internet Protocol Security. We implement firewalls and also virtual private network. IP security is described in RFC standard, and it has two parts. The first part describes two new headers that can be added to packets to carry the security information, and the second part is Internet Security Association and Key Management Protocol deals with establishing keys. It can be used in two modes, which is in transport mode. IPsec header is inserted just after the IP header, and in internal mode, the entire IP packet is encapsulated in the body of a new IP packet. The IPsec authentication header for IPv4. So you will see you have the frame, and where we have the IPsec in one of the header. Firewall is a technique to ensure that only acceptable packets can enter an organization network. So it consists of packet filter and an application gateway. So in this example, before anything can get into your LAN, right, it will be actually filtered by an application gateway. Firewalls or packet filter is typically driven by tables configured by the system administration. So the administrator is actually responsible to determine which data can allow into the organization and which are not. So the content of the table consists of sources and destination that are acceptable, sources and destination that should be blocked, and default rules what to do with other packets. Address of source or destination in TCP/IP consists of IP address and port. Firewall can be configured to block the IP address or port or both. Firewalls on the application gateway. It operates at the application level, the first level, determine whether to accept a packet based on the application. Example, an email gateway can examine each email message and decide whether to transmit or to discard the message. So we will actually get information if the message is being blocked. A private network that connects computer that belongs to an organization is called a private network. Most of LAN are private network, we have seen before. Private ones can be built using leased telephone line. One, this is actually the collection of LANs, can be private and can be public. But for private ones, it can be used using the telephone line, leased telephone line, and work fine and very secure. However, private network is actually very expensive. Virtual private network. So it's an alternative to private network. Build a private network on top of the public network. So meaning that on the public network, you set a private network. Each office is equipped with a firewall and create tunnels through the internet. Each firewall can be configured to accept certain types of packet. Two types of virtual private networks: a leased line private network and a virtual private network. Wireless security. Security problems can occur if some of the mechanisms are wireless and use radio communication. Now, the reason is the wireless-based stations are normally manufactured to be user-friendly without any security considerations. The range of the network, for example, in wireless LAN is often a few hundred meters. Anyone with a notebook can record a network transaction. So we built a security measure on the data link level called the wide equivalent privacy, where packet is actually encrypted. Bluetooth also have a security mechanism. Bluetooth is actually having a shorter range than the wireless LAN, and implement 3 security modes, which is, well, no security, partial security control, or full security control. So Bluetooth provides security in multiple levels. It is can be implemented. The security is on the physical layer, where use frequency hopping provides a tiny bits of security, and a real security starts when the newly arrived slave asks for a channel with the master. So Bluetooth authenticates devices, not users. So if a device is stolen, the thief can access to the system. WAP security mechanisms support the use of IPsec